Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive. Ready to unravel the mysteries of emotional intelligence? I know I am.
Who isn't? It's like this buzzword everyone's after, but what does it really take to cultivate it?
Right. It's more than just a buzzword. It's like this key to understanding ourselves and acing those interactions. And today we're getting practical. We've got 50 social emotional journal prompts courtesy of Listallion.
50? That's a lot.
It is. But hey, think of us as your filter. No need to sift through it all. We'll bring you the highlights and what makes them tick.
Because anyone can jot down questions. The real magic is in how those questions, like Listallion emphasizes, unlock that deeper self-awareness. And that self-awareness, they say, that's the bedrock of emotional intelligence. They actually dedicate the first 10 prompts just to that.
10 prompts, just for knowing ourselves better. They must have found some gems in there.
Oh, they did. Like, check this out. Describe a recent situation where you felt a strong emotion. What was the emotion and what triggered it? Simple, right? But we rarely pause to think about it.
Totally. It's like we're on autopilot, bumping into the same emotional roadblocks. We never stop to, find a detour.
Exactly. It's not about placing blame. It's about spotting the patterns. Are there certain people or situations that are like your go-to triggers? Once you're aware, you can choose how to respond instead of just reacting.
So it's not about stopping the feeling. It's more about being in the driver's seat.
Exactly. And that's where journaling comes in. Daniel Goleman, he's a big name in emotional intelligence. He talks about how just naming a feeling helps us tame it. It's like giving it a shape, a size. Suddenly, it's not so overwhelming.
So instead of I'm furious, it's, okay, anger's here again. Guess someone ate my lunch.
There you go. Self-awareness in action. And another prompt that really resonated in this section was, think about an emotion you find difficult to express. Why is it hard for you to share this feeling? And what could help you open up? Now, that one requires some digging.
We've all got those, right? We're emotions we keep under wraps. For me, it's sadness. I like to appear strong, so sadness gets buried deep. But this prompt makes me realize it's okay to acknowledge it, at least on paper.
Exactly. Journaling gives you that safe space, that judgment-free zone to be vulnerable. Explore those hidden emotions, understand why they're so tough to express, maybe even challenge the beliefs that hold you back from being, well, you.
It's like a heart-to-heart with yourself, but with a guaranteed attentive listener. So we've tackled self-awareness, but there's more to emotional intelligence than introspection, right?
Mm-hmm.
What about actually managing those feelings once we understand them? I'm guessing Listallion has some thoughts on that.
You bet. Listallion dives right into self-management, and it's not about, pretending your feelings don't exist.
Right, because who hasn't tried that and failed miserably?
Exactly. It's more about building resilience, right?
Yep.
Learning to ride those emotional waves. And they've got 10 prompts for this, too.
10 more. You're on a roll. So give me the Cliff's Notes version. What's a standout in the self-management category?
Okay, how about this? Describe a stressful situation and how you handled it. What coping mechanisms did you use, and were they effective? I mean, we've all been there, right?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And half the time, we're just reacting, not really thinking about if it's actually working.
Exactly. This prompt forces you to hit pause and be like, okay, what did I actually do? And did it help? Maybe, maybe not. And Listallion's big on self-care here, even have a prompt about it.
Makes sense. Can't pour from an empty cup, as they say.
Right. You have to take care of yourself before you can show up for others. It's all connected.
Totally. I've been trying to fit in more meditation, even just a few minutes, and wow, it makes a difference.
Here you go. That's what it's all about. It's not enough to just think about managing stress. Got to actually do it.
It's a conscious choice, putting your well-being first. So we've covered self-awareness, self-management, but what about those people skills? Building those strong connections, that's where social awareness comes in, right?
100%. Now we're connecting the dots between what's going on inside us and how we interact with the world. And you know what? Listallion's got another 10 prompts for this, too.
They really thought of everything. I bet this is where empathy comes into play, tuning into what others are feeling.
Spot on. There's a prompt that asks, think about a time you noticed someone else's emotions. How did you respond? And what was the outcome? It's about picking up on those cues, seeing how our actions affect others.
I can think of a few times I totally missed the mark on that one. Trying to comfort someone and it just backfired.
We've all been there. The point is to learn from it, right? Become more aware of our impact. It's moving beyond just our own inner world and truly engaging with others.
So it's not just reading between the lines, it's learning how to communicate. So we're building bridges, not walls.
Exactly. That's the power of social awareness, realizing that we're all connected and our actions have ripple effects.
And that's huge for avoiding those misunderstandings that pop up when we don't take the time to see things from another perspective.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got self-awareness, self-management, and social awareness covered. What's next on this emotional intelligence journey?
Well, Listallion calls it a four-part process. So to round it out, we've got relationship skills and responsible decision making, each with 10 prompts of their own.
Wow, they really went all out. Okay, for the sake of time, let's do a rapid-fire round for these last two sections. What are some highlights from these areas? Okay, hit me with a relationship skills prompt that really stood out.
Okay, this one's short and sweet, but powerful. Reflect on a time you felt truly listened to. Who was listening, and how did it make you feel?
We don't always get that, do we? To really feel heard, I mean. It makes a world of difference.
Absolutely. And this prompt makes you dig into that feeling. Like, did it make you want to open up more? Did you feel more understood? Because everyone's different, right? This helps us figure out what good communication looks like for us.
So we can start asking for it, recognizing it when it happens.
Exactly. Now, for responsible decision making, this one stuck with me. Think about a time you made a decision that positively impacted others. What was the decision, and what were the results? We get so caught up in our own lives, it's good to remember we can make a difference.
It doesn't have to be this huge life-changing thing either, right? Just a small act of kindness can mean a lot.
Totally. Like, we're all part of this bigger picture, and even the little things have ripple effects.
I love that. So we've barely scratched the surface of these 50 prompts, but what a gold mine. Any final words of wisdom on how these seemingly simple questions can be so powerful for upping our emotional intelligence game?
It's not about being perfect, right? It's about showing up, being willing to look inward, and then using what we learn to make better choices. These prompts just give us a framework for doing that.
Like a roadmap for emotional growth. But instead of a destination, it's more about the journey.
Yeah,
And anyone can do it.
exactly. That's the beauty of journaling. It's all you. Go at your own pace. Pick what speaks to you.
Check in with yourself, see how you've grown, celebrate those aha moments.
And if something really resonates, dive deeper. Research it. Talk to someone about it. Emotional intelligence is a lifelong journey.
So well said. And on that note, we're wrapping up our deep dive into emotional intelligence. Hopefully you got some new insights, maybe even feel inspired to do some journaling of your own.
Even 5 minutes a day can make a difference.
Couldn't agree more. Until next time, keep exploring, keep growing. And remember, emotional intelligence, it's a journey, not a destination.